Let me tell you about a woman named Mara. Mara worked from home for 3 years. Every single day, she was there. Morning coffee with her cat, Luna, beside her. Lunch breaks spent watching Luna nap in the window. Evenings on the couch with Luna draped across her legs. And then Mara got a new job. An office job. 9 hours away from home, 5 days a week. She told herself Luna would be fine. Cats are independent, everyone said. They sleep all day anyway. But something changed in Luna. It happened slowly enough that Mara almost missed it. Luna stopped meeting her at the door. She stopped sleeping on the bed. She started overgrooming. The vet found nothing physically wrong. Then the vet asked one question. What does Luna's environment look like when you are gone? Mara had no answer. She assumed gone meant nothing. She assumed her absence was neutral. It was not. What Luna was experiencing had a name. And the moment Mara understood what that name meant, everything changed. Within 3 weeks of doing what I am about to share, Luna was back, more confident and affectionate than ever. Leaving your cat alone is not the problem. Leaving them alone without doing this is welcome to Feline Mind. If you love your cat and want to truly understand them, subscribe right now. Let's get into it. Say goodbye out loud before you leave. This is the one that sounds the least scientific. It is the one most people skip entirely. And it is the one that carries more weight than almost anything else on this list. Every single time you leave your home without acknowledging your cat, you are creating a disappearance, not a goodbye. One moment you are there, the next moment you are not. And your cat's nervous system, built to track every movement of the creatures it is bonded to, registers that disappearance as an unexpected event. Think about what that feels like from inside your cat's world. You are the center of their existence. You are the anchor around which their entire sense of safety is organized. And you vanished. No signal, no warning. A 2019 study confirmed that cats form secure and insecure attachment bonds with their owners in patterns remarkably similar to human infants. Cats with secure attachment show significantly lower stress responses when their owner leaves, because they have learned through consistent experience that leaving is followed by returning. The goodbye is part of that learning. When you say your cat's name, when you tell them you are leaving and that you will be back, you are not talking to yourself. You are giving their nervous system information it can use. You are turning a disappearance into a departure. And a cat who has learned what a departure sounds like is a cat who can wait for a return instead of wondering. Mara started doing this on day 1. She would find Luna before she left, crouch down, and say her name softly. I am going to work. I will be back tonight. You are safe. Within a week, Luna stopped following her to the door with that particular tense energy she had developed. She would look up, receive the words, and go back to whatever she was doing. She had learned what was happening, and knowing was enough. Activate their nose before you walk out. Your cat experiences the world primarily through scent, not through sight. Not through sound, through scent. Their nose contains 200 to 300 million olfactory receptors compared to the 6 million in a human nose. The part of their brain dedicated to processing smell is proportionally 14 times larger than the equivalent in a human brain. What this means in practical terms is that your scent is one of the most powerful regulatory tools your cat has access to. And when you leave, you take it with you. Before Mara understood this, she would grab her bag and go. After she understood it, she started doing something that took 30 seconds and changed everything. She would take a worn item of clothing, something she had slept in or worn for a full day, and leave it somewhere Luna had chosen. Not a clean shirt, not something fresh from the laundry, something that carried her fully. Studies on separation anxiety have found that the presence of owner-scented items significantly reduces cortisol levels in cats during owner absence. Your smell tells your cat's nervous system something no toy and no treat can replicate. She was here. She is real. She exists somewhere even if I cannot see her. An animal who knows you exist somewhere is a fundamentally different animal than one whose brain has only the silence of your absence. Leave something of yourself behind every time you go. It costs you nothing. To your cat, it is the closest thing to company they can have when you are not there. Set up a bird feeder outside a window they can reach. Your cat is a predator. You can give them every toy in existence. You can fill their space with enrichment and climbing structures and interactive puzzles. And none of it will replace what a window with something moving outside it provides for free. Cats are built to watch, track, and assess movement. That visual engagement is not entertainment. It is neurological exercise. It is the activity their brain was designed to perform. When it happens, something measurable occurs in their internal state. Their focus sharpens. Their stress response quiets. The restless energy that builds during long periods of stillness finds a healthy outlet. A study in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior found cats with outdoor visual stimulation showed lower indicators of boredom-related stress. A bird feeder placed within sight of a window your cat can comfortably access costs almost nothing. What it gives your cat is hours. Hours of engagement. Hours of tracking. Hours of a brain doing exactly what it was built to do. Mara put one up outside the living room window on a Tuesday. By Thursday, Luna had claimed the window ledge as her primary location. She was no longer wandering the apartment. She was not over-grooming. She had found her purpose for the hours between Mara's departure and her return, and it was waiting for her on a feeder 6 inches from the glass. Leave sound in the room. But not just any sound. Most owners who think about leaving something on for their cat default to the television. And television is better than silence. But it is not the best option. The reason why tells you something important about how your cat actually processes their environment. Television produces irregular, unpredictable bursts of sound, sudden, loud music, voices that spike and drop without pattern, sound effects that have no relationship to anything in your cat's physical environment. To a cat's nervous system, which is always scanning for threats, unpredictable sound is not comfort. It is low-level alarm. Research from the University of Wisconsin found that cats respond most positively to species-appropriate music, specifically sound composed within the frequency ranges and tempos natural to feline communication and to calm, consistent vocal tones, such as audiobooks or quiet conversation. This creates a sonic environment their biology recognizes as safe, consistent, predictable, the auditory equivalent of a hand resting gently on their back. Mara switched from television to a nature documentary playlist. The difference in Luna's behavior was visible within the first week. Luna was calmer, more settled, less desperate in the way she moved through the apartment when Mara first walked in. The sound had done something in the hours between. Not entertainment, regulation. Give them a puzzle before you walk out the door. Your cat's brain was built to solve problems, not to wait, not to sleep through hours of emptiness, to hunt, to track, to assess, to problem solve. And when those functions have no outlet, the energy they generate does not disappear. It accumulates. And accumulated mental energy in a cat expresses itself in ways that look like behavior problems but are really something simpler. A brain that was never given anything to do. A puzzle feeder, a snuffle mat, a Kong stuffed with a small amount of wet food. Even dry food scattered across a textured surface. Rather than placed in a bowl, these are not toys. They are work. They engage the same problem-solving systems that hunting engages in a cat's brain. And work, completed successfully, produces something in a cat's nervous system that passive waiting never can: satisfaction, the particular neurological quiet that follows effort and reward. A 2022 study found that cats who engaged in food puzzle activities showed lower stress indicators and higher levels of positive anticipatory behavior. They were not just calmer. They were actively looking forward to the next session. The timing matters. Give the puzzle immediately before you leave, not an hour before, not the night before, right before, so that the last thing your cat's brain does as you walk out the door is engage, is activate, is turn toward something that requires their full attention. By the time they look up, you are already gone, and their nervous system never had to experience the particular weight of watching you leave. Come home to them the right way. Everything on this list matters. But this one closes the loop that makes all of it work. Because here is what most owners do not realize. How you come home matters as much as what you left behind. When Mara first started her new job, she would walk through the door already calling Luna's name, loud, excited, reaching for her before she had even put her bag down. She thought she was being loving. She thought she was making up for lost time. What she was actually doing was spiking Luna's nervous system at the exact moment it most needed to come down. Your cat has spent hours in a state of low-level waiting. Their nervous system has been in a kind of suspended alert. Not panic, not distress, but a quiet vigilance that does not fully release until you return. And when you return in an explosion of energy, noise, and immediate physical demand, you are not releasing that vigilance. You are replacing it with a different kind of activation. And an animal who goes from one form of arousal directly into another never fully lands, never fully settles, never gets to experience the relief of your return because the return itself became another event to process. Come home quietly, put your things down, let the energy of the outside world fall away before you bring it to your cat, then find them, crouch to their level, say their name with warmth, let them come to you, let the reunion be theirs to lead, and when they press their head against your hand or wind around your legs or simply sit close, receive it fully, not with the phone in your other hand, not already thinking about dinner, fully, because that moment of return is the one your cat has been holding space for since the second you left. It is the moment their nervous system finally exhales, and the way you show up for it tells them everything. Mara started coming home differently on a Wednesday. She left her shoes at the door. She put her bag down before she said anything. She found Luna in the living room window, crouched down, and waited. Luna looked at her, slow blinked once, and then climbed down from the ledge and walked directly into Mara's arms. Mara said later that she sat on the floor of her living room and cried, not because something new had happened, but because she finally understood what had been there the whole time. A cat who had been waiting, not suffering, waiting for someone who finally knew how to come home. Your cat does not need you to be there every moment. They are not as fragile as that, but they do need you to be thoughtful about the moments when you are not. The goodbye that gives them information, the scent that reminds them you are real, the window that gives their brain something to do, the sound that keeps their nervous system regulated, the puzzle that sends them into your absence engaged instead of empty, and the return that gives them everything. None of this is complicated. None of this is expensive. It is the difference between a cat who endures your absence and one who trusts it. And a cat who trusts your absence trusts everything else about you, too. That trust is the foundation of everything you are building together. Do not leave without it. If this video changed the way you think about your cat, share it with someone who loves their cat. Subscribe to Feline Mind. We are here every week, helping you show up for the animal who has been showing up for you. They are waiting for you to come home. Make it worth the wait.